Two block A and B are kept as shown in this figure. Find the acceleration of block A and B if the ground is smooth. Now here ground is smooth. Now the friction coefficient between A and B is 0.2. Now this block A is pulled by applying a force 24 Newton. Now we don't know whether these two blocks A and B are moving together or there is sliding between A and B. We don't know whether the friction is kinetic or static. So we will start it like this. Let's assume there is sliding between block A and block B. So I will draw the free body diagram of this block A. The free body diagram, this force is 24 Newton. The friction here will act backward direction, here the friction will act in forward direction. Now we can say the friction force here, if there is sliding between A and B, so the friction force is equal to mu times normal reaction, and we know mu is 0.2 and normal reaction here is N, which is equal to 80 because the mass of this block is 8 kg. So we can say this is 80. It is equal to 16 Newton. So the friction force between block A and B is 16 Newton. So I will write the equation as 24 minus 16 is equal to 8 into acceleration of A. So from here we get acceleration of A is 8 by 8, that is equal to 1 meter per second square. In the same way for block B there is no friction, so we can say F, that is equal to 16, is equal to mass of this block is 4 into acceleration of block B. So acceleration of block B is 4 meter per second square. Now if you see the answer, suppose we are pulling this block 8 kg block and this block A is having acceleration, its acceleration is 4 and its acceleration is 1 meter per second square. So it means the acceleration of block B is more as that of acceleration of block A. In this situation, the friction force on block B will act in backward direction because B is moving forward with respect to A. So this is not the proper answer because when we are pulling 8 kg block, the acceleration of 4 kg block may be equal to 8 kg block, but it can never be more than the acceleration of 8 kg block because friction never moves this block, never accelerate this block. Friction always opposes the sliding or sliding tendency. Friction is not going to accelerate it with some more acceleration. This answer, when we are pulling 8 kg block, means the acceleration of 8 kg block is more than the acceleration of 4 kg block. But in this situation, the acceleration of 4 kg block is more than that of 8 kg block. So this answer is wrong answer. Means we can say it means there is no sliding between A and B. So it means there is no sliding because we are taking the friction as limiting friction. So we will solve it again. Now we know the 2 kg and 8 kg block, this 4 kg and 8 kg block will move together. So now when this 8 kg and 4 kg block is moving together, means the friction force between them acting is static in nature. So in that case we will say the force here is 24 Newton. Let the friction here is F and this friction is also F. So we can say 24 minus F is equal to 80. We can never say F is equal to mu times normal reaction because this is not the limiting friction, this is static friction. Now we can say friction is also equal to 4 into A. This friction is moving this 4 kg block as well as 8 kg block. So from here we can say 24 is equal to 12A or A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Now this is the acceleration when these two blocks will move together. Now if I calculate the actual friction force, we know the actual friction force is only 8 Newton. So the friction force between 8 kg and 4 kg block is only 8 Newton. In previous method, we have taken this friction as 60 Newton. We have assumed it 60 Newton, but the actual friction between these two blocks is only 8 Newton. So this is the actual friction is only 8 Newton. This is static, means this block A and block B both are moving with same acceleration A. There is no sliding between block A and block B. Now suppose in the same question, if I increase this force to 36 Newton, if I increase the applied force by 36 Newton, then what will happen? Now again we don't know whether these two blocks are moving together or they are not moving together. But we know the limiting frictional here is, the limiting friction is 60 Newton. Now we don't know whether the friction is static or limiting. So we'll take, let's assume the two block is moving together. So first, so if we draw the free body diagram of this block A, the force is 36 Newton. Again the friction is F. Here the friction is again F. But this F is not equal to 60 Newton. Now we can say 36 minus this friction is equal to mass into acceleration is 8a. Now in the same way the friction here is 4a. So from here we get A is equal to 3 meter per second square, and the actual friction is only 12 Newton. Means the actual friction is only 12 Newton, and this is the static friction. So this two block will again move together. Now the question is, what is the maximum force F max which I will apply such that these two block A and B moves together. Now suppose we are applying a force F here on this block A. So the friction here is F. In the same way, the friction on this block B is in forward direction. Now since these two blocks are moving together, so I can say F minus friction is equal to 8a and friction is equal to 4a. So from here I can say F minus friction is equal to 2 times friction. I will substitute the value of, from here I will substitute A is equal to F by 4 here. So I get this. So F comes out to be 3 times friction. So when this is maximum, this is also maximum. And we know the maximum value of this friction force is limiting frictional force, and which is equal to 0.2 times 8 into 10, which is equal to 16 Newton. So from here we can say the F max is 3 times 16, 48 Newton. So when we increase the value of this force up to 48 Newton, this block A and block B will move together. If the value of force F is less than 48 Newton, these two are moving together, will move together. But when F is more than 48 Newton, the acceleration of block 8 of 8 kg and the 4 kg is different, and the acceleration of 8 kg is more than the acceleration of 4 kg block. If force F is applied on 8 kg block, then find the maximum value of X max for which these two blocks will move together. Now as we have solved it, let the force maximum be F. So the force here is F and the friction here is F. The friction here is F, and this force we can say F minus this friction is equal to 8a, and from here we can say F is equal to 4a. This is 8 kg block and this is 4 kg block. So if these two blocks are moving together, their acceleration must be same. So from here I can say F minus friction is equal to 2 times F. So again F comes out to be 3 times friction, that is equal to, and we know the friction is equal to 0.2 times normal reaction, and here the normal reaction is 80 Newton. So it is equal to 0.2 into 80, it is equal to 60. So the answer is 48 Newton. So the maximum force is 48 Newton. Up to 48 Newton this block A and B will move together. But if I change the force to this block B, if I apply the same force on, if I apply this force on block B, then what will happen? Now in the same question, if I apply the force on this block B, then I have to calculate what is the maximum force on block B which we can apply such that this block A and B moves together. Let the force maximum be F. In this situation, the friction force on this block A will act in forward direction because the sliding tendency of this block A is in backward direction, and the friction on block B will act in backward direction, and this force is F. The weight of this block is 80 kg and the normal reaction here is N. Here the normal reaction is N, the weight is 40 kg, 40 Newton, and this is N dash. So we can say since this block A and B are moving together, so friction force here is 8A. This is the first equation for block A, and in this case we can say F minus friction is equal to 4A. Now from here we can say F must be equal to minus friction is equal to, A can be substituted here, it is F by 2. So F comes out to be 3F by 2, that is equal to 3 times friction by 2. It is 3 times friction by 2, and we know the friction maximum value of force F maximum is 3 by 2 times friction force maximum, and the friction force maximum is 0.2 times, it is normal is 80 Newton. So here it is 16 Newton. So from here we get it is 3 by 2 into 16. So it is equal to 24 Newton. So the maximum force which we can apply here is 24 Newton, and this is the answer. Consider the situation shown in this figure. Calculate the acceleration of block 1 kg block. These two blocks are of mass 1 kg and this is of 0.5 kg. Let the acceleration of these two blocks is A. Then the acceleration of this is also A. Let the tension here is T1. Here it is T2. So we will write the free body diagram. Here it is T1. The weight of this block is 10 Newton. The friction here is in backward direction F1, and the normal reaction here is N1, that is also 10 Newton. Now friction force. Now we are assuming this block is moving with acceleration A. So I will write T1 minus F1. F1 is kinetic and F1 is equal to mu1 times N1, that is equal to 10 into 0.2. So it is 2. That is equal to mass 1 into acceleration A. This is the first equation. In the same way, we will write the tension here is T2 on block B. The friction force here is F2 and the tension here is T1. The weight of this block is also 10 Newton and the normal is also N2, that is also 10 Newton. So for this second block we can say T2. So for second block we can say T2 minus T1 minus F2 is equal to 1A. So from here we can say T2 minus, this is T1, T1 minus F2. F2 is also equal to, F2 here is also equal to mu2 times N2. This is equal to mu2 is 0.2 and it is 10, it is 2 Newton. This is also 2 Newton. So minus 2 Newton is equal to 1A. This is our second equation. And for this block we can say the tension here is T2. So the 5 Newton, this is 5 Newton minus T2 is equal to it's 0.5 into A. This is our third equation. Now if we add first plus second plus third, we get this as T1. T1 will cancel out, this is T1, so we get T1 minus 2 plus T2 minus T1 minus 2 plus 5 minus T1 is equal to 2A plus 1 by 2A. So this T1 will cancel out, this T2 will cancel out, T2 will cancel out. We get this as 1 is equal to 5 by 2A, or A is equal to 2 by 5. This is equal to 0.4 meter per second square. So the acceleration of the two block is 0.4 meter per second square. This is the first answer. If I substitute the value of A here, we get T1 that is equal to 2.4 Newton. So this is the value of T1 here. This is T1. In the same way, if I substitute the value of T1 and A here, we get T2, and T2 comes out to be 4.8 Newton. This is our another answer. Now suppose in this question, if we increase the coefficient of friction, between block A and ground and B and ground, let this be now 0.3. Now what happened is, now we don't know whether these two blocks are at rest or are in motion. Now but we know if these two blocks will move, then they will move only in forward direction, this block will go in downward direction. This acceleration can never be opposite. These two blocks has a sliding tendency of forward direction because these tensions are pulling them forward. But friction can stop them, but friction can never move them backward. So let's assume the two blocks are moving with a forward acceleration of A. Means I will write the tension here is T1. Let this tension here be T1. This is T2. Sorry, this is also T1. This is T2. This is T2. Now our equation becomes, this is T1, here it is T2, here it is T2. Now we can say the friction here is backward, and this is equal to mu times N1, and we know mu is 0.3 and N1 is 10, so this is 3 Newton. So I will write T1 minus 3 is equal to mass into acceleration. This is our first equation. In the same way, the friction here is in backward direction, and this friction is also equal to mu times N, and that is equal to 3 Newton, because the normal reaction here is 10 Newton. Now we can say the second equation is T2 minus T1 minus 3 is also equal to mass into acceleration. This is our second equation. We know the mass of these two blocks is 1 kg. Now for this block we can say the downward force is mg, that is 5 Newton, and the upward force is T2. So our equation becomes 5 minus T2 is mass, means 0.5 into A. This is our third equation. Now from first, second and third, if we add all these three equations, we get T1 minus 3 plus T2 minus T1 minus 3 plus 5 minus T2 is equal to A plus 0.5A. It is 2.5A. So this T1 will cancel out, this T2 will cancel out. We get A as, it is minus 3 plus 5 is minus 1 divided by 2.5. So it is minus 0.4 meter per second square. Means if we solve this question by taking these two blocks are moving forward, let this acceleration, but the acceleration comes out to be negative, means these two blocks are moving backward, which is unnatural answer. So naturally these two blocks can never move in backward direction. Their tendency is to move only in forward direction. Friction can stop them. So it means the two blocks will remain stationary. Either they are stationary, or if they move in forward direction. We have taken this friction as 3 Newton. So this friction is actually not the limiting friction. This must be the static one. So we can say the two blocks will remain stationary. Here system will remain stationary. These two block can never move backward. Means A of all the block is 0 and the friction between them is static in nature, and we know the accelerating force is only the weight of this block, and this T2, the maximum value of this T2 is only 5 Newton. So the accelerating force is 5 Newton, whereas retarding force is 6 Newton. It means these frictions is only 5 Newton. Sum of this friction and this friction is only 5 Newton, and these two blocks will remain stationary. So the answer is A and B block will remain stationary. Now see this question. The friction coefficient between the board and the floor in the figure is mu. Here the coefficient is mu. Find the maximum force that the man can exert on the rope so that the board does not slip on the floor. So let the force applied by the man is F. The weight of the man will act downward, that is capital M into G. The normal reaction here will act upward, this is N. Since this man is under vertical equilibrium, so we can say F must plus N must be equal to mg. This is our first equation. Now for this board we can say the weight of this board is mg, which is acting downward. The normal reaction from here is acting downward. The normal reaction here it is N dash. Now this force is F, because if this person is pulling by applying a force F, this is also the tension in the string. So tension here is in this direction, that is also equal to F, and this block is having tendency to move forward, so the friction will act in backward direction. So for this block we can say F must be equal to friction, which is equal to mu times N dash, and N dash is equal to N plus mg, and we know the value of N from here. We can say N dash is equal to N means capital Mg minus F plus small mg. This is the value of N dash. I will substitute the value of N dash here, so we get F is equal to mu times N dash. N dash means capital Mg minus F plus small mg. So from here we get F into 1 plus mu is equal to mu times capital M plus small m into g, or F is equal to, I can say F is equal to mu times capital M plus small m into g divided by 1 plus mu, and this is the minimum force needed by the person, such that if this force is more than this value, the plank will move. Now if the coefficient of friction between the tire and the road is this, that is coefficient of friction is 0.5. What is the shortest distance in which the automobile can stop when traveling with this? This automobile, the maximum retardation mu is 0.5. The friction force is responsible for stopping this car, and the maximum friction force is mu times normal reaction. This is also equal to mass into retardation. So from here we get retardation is equal to mu times normal reaction. Here is, this is mg and this is normal reaction. So we can say normal reaction here is mg divided by m. So retardation is mu g. This is the maximum retardation. So we know the retardation of this block is, the initial speed is 30 into 5 by 18. So it is 150 by 18 meter per second. So this is the initial speed of the particle. So we can say V square is equal to U square minus 2as. So final speed is 0, initial speed is this, so S comes out to be U square by 2a. So S is equal to U square means 150 by 18 whole square divided by 2 into a means 0.2 into 0.5 into g. A is mu g. So from here we get this as it is 6.94 meter, and this is the answer. This is the minimum distance in which this car can be stopped.